Market check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. Welcome, welcome. Again, just a quick reminder, we are live Monday through Friday at 10:55 a.m. Eastern Time. We are starting 8 minutes late today. We had a quick little flash team meeting that we had to attend to. Big important business stuff, guys. Big important business stuff. So, apologies for being a few minutes late. But either way, we are here. We are ready to cook. We are ready to talk markets. Guys, the markets are at a very, very interesting and exciting inflection point. This is an inflection point, in my opinion. Well, it's not even my opinion, right? It's just facts. It's the charts, right? It's the data available at our disposal. This is an inflection point in the market that has only come about a couple other times, guys. It's not every single day. It's not every single week. It's not every single month, quarter, year that Bitcoin goes on to get above a previous bull market high and actually go into price discovery after a prolonged period of bear reaccumulation. We are living in very exciting times, of course, confluent with institutional demand, mainstream adoption, and what I would like to consider to be potentially our version of the NASDAQ bubble. All right, our version of the NASDAQ bubble between 1995 and 2000. Now, for all of us that have been in crypto for a while, you know that 1 week in the crypto trenches is equivalent to maybe 6 months in TradFi or legacy. It is not the same, right? Crypto will make you bald. It will make you lose your hair. It will keep you up at night. We all know that, guys. We all know that. All right. But in my opinion, the best is yet to come, and it is right around the corner. We are seeing signs locally that make me feel there's an overwhelming feeling of nostalgia. It brings me back to last bull market, which was my first full crypto cycle that I was a participant in. I mean, locally, right? Locally, what we've been seeing is, looking at Bitcoin here, guys. Look at the volatility that we had yesterday. This level right here, I'll label it here. This was last cycle all-time high. This was right at 69K. I'll make the font bigger so you can see it. I mean, look at what happened here. This is exactly what we saw last bull market. Bitcoin is in price discovery. You see an aggressive sell-off attempt into a high time frame support, and then it's immediately absorbed. It's been a long time since we've seen conditions like this, and I see a lot of people getting spooked by some of the local volatility, where I look at it and I recognize exactly where we are. I recognize exactly the type of conditions that breed wicks like the one that we saw yesterday and are potentially doing again right now. To be clear, that doesn't mean that we're never going to go down again. It doesn't mean you're never going to get a pullback. However, pullbacks are very quickly absorbed. The bulls are clearly in control here on the higher time frame. And I would argue even locally. So again, my focus, even with Bitcoin looking really strong and Bitcoin dominance potentially, I would say maybe considering one more stab up or deviation above the current high of like 54.5, 55%. I do believe that it is probably in most market participants, or at least active market participants, or maybe less concerned with taking risk style of market participants' best interest to consider what total 2 and total 3 are on the verge of doing. All right. So unless this cycle is materially different, which it's been kind of a meme for the past few years, right? Like, why would you argue that this time is different? I don't know. Every cycle has characteristics that are slightly different than previous cycles, but overall, I don't really think that this cycle will be that much different. I think it might be different in the sense that, yes, we made an all-time high before the halving. Yes, we have institutions and big money literally just aping at the New York Session Open. Maybe we go higher than anybody expects. Maybe we go lower than anybody expects. Nobody truly knows at this point. My bet is on the former, that we go higher than everybody expects. But guys, look, ultimately, things are super bullish. Things look really good. And a lot of people are prospecting tops in altcoins. And to them, I say, well, how can you possibly prospect a top in altcoins when we haven't even seen a multi-month pullback in Bitcoin dominance, which has been a theme of every other cycle, which is why I've been basically screaming from the rooftops. We all have on this panel. The best is still likely in front of us. The real mania phase has yet to begin yet. We are still sort of in between denial, and I don't even know what's the next scale. Somebody help me out here. How does the scale go? It's like hope,
I think we're between
denial,
optimism and hope, Max. That's what it
optimism,
would be.
hope. Those sound like two tickers that we should be buying.
Yeah.
Hashtag hope and hashtag optimism.
I'm
So
not
guys,
buying.
I'll buy hope. I won't buy optimism though.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Would you buy hashtag Vin Diesel?
Yes.
Maybe. Hashtag Vin Diesel.
The official meme coin of because Bitcoin.
But anyways, guys, without further ado, I'm gonna go make some coffee. I'm gonna be back in 3.5 minutes. All right. But in the meantime, I'm gonna kick it over to Tommy. I'm gonna kick it on over to Tucker. I'm gonna kick it on over to Jackus. They're gonna cook for you guys, and I'll be back in 3.5 minutes, stimulated and ready to go. Black coffee, no cream, no sugar, no fuss. It's time to stim up and get serious, guys. We're gonna talk some charts today, but I'll be right back. Enjoy these guys cooking. Also, Sol at 154. Who could have foreseen?
Who could have foreseen that Sol rotation, boys? Wow. Wow. Tommy, what do you make of Sol right here, brother?
I'll tell you what I make of Sol. If you look back on a lot of altcoins from previous cycles, they tend to paint structures like Sol is painting right now, where you have this reaccumulation phase, then you've got two little consolidations directly above the bigger consolidation. I'm talking about all the price action that's been put in since basically December of 2023. So you had that consolidation initially, and then you put in two smaller consolidations, almost like edging out of the consolidation, and then Sol is just kind of waiting for that much bigger up thrust that you can, like I said, you can see these patterns on previous altcoins in earlier cycles. They do paint these, and after you kind of get those two smaller consolidations above the high, that's typically when you get the big expansion leg. So for me, it's only a matter of when. It only makes sense for things like Solana and ETH at this point to catch up to Bitcoin relative to where Bitcoin is at its market structure, which is at an all-time high. So I have to imagine that Sol and ETH are probably about to teleport to their own, all-time highs. Performance, outperformance, who knows what leads, right? I think we can always debate on that. But from a structural standpoint, it does look like Sol and ETH are about to probably reach parity with where Bitcoin is relative to its structure.
Yeah, I agree. This was right. That shoulder's 48K. So, there's your all-time high. Sol 260. ETH is much closer, and I might have been wrong on this. I was saying that Sol's gonna get there before ETH, so we'll see. We need some significant outperformance.
Do you know what's going to go first all-time high? It's going to be BNB, and everyone will cope.
Oh man, dude, I haven't looked at the BNB chart in a long. Oh my god! Oh, who could have foreseen the inverse head and shoulder? Oh, that's funny.
We'll let you discuss that deviation at between 200 and 220 live.
Yeah, this.
Everyone missed the party, and some people were adding to shorts. It is what it is. Liquidations coming.
Yep, that was a deviation, bro.
Tucker, you see the comment I put up on the this is true because Sol did have a lot of dilution since the last cycle. So Sol all-time high for market cap is technically closer. So for that reason, I think you could make a decent argument that ETH probably outperforms Sol at least up to their highs. Just kind of based on that idea. But back to BNB.
Back to BNB, yeah.
I'm spot enjoyer. I always said that those highs are gonna get raped at some point because there was no sweep. And if you look at BNB ETH or BNB BTC charts, they both look really good. I love it on every pair. And we were discussing, they're saying that I think ETH hits first all-time highs, but Sol outperform ETH. And I'm not sure about the BNB Sol chart, but BNB.
Ooh, I haven't looked at that.
Yeah, me neither. You probably have to add the USDs. Yeah, but I think now BNB might be the first one to hit all-time highs.
Wow, this is the time to buy BNB here, I guess.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez, man.
You know, you guys remember what I called this? The CZ SAM index, but both are gone, so I can't really use it for that anymore.
Do you
Maybe
think
we're about
CZ
to
is
get
still
some
pulling
sort of-
the triggers, Tommy?
Say that again.
Do you still think that CZ is pulling the triggers behind the
Oh,
scene?
for sure. You already know that he's definitely trading in some capacity, man. If not Bitcoin, definitely BNB. But this chart makes me wonder if we're about to get some sort of like headline about CZ getting off or something like that, or getting a settlement deal reduced. I don't know. That's an insanely bullish chart, though, man. That's bottom. There are a lot of charts that look bottomed against Sol right now.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about some layer ones. I think me, Tucker, and Max were just charting them against Sol yesterday. Interesting context to kind of work with, as everybody's very bullish on Sol, which I'm bullish on Sol too. I'm bullish on the continued growth of the ecosystem. It'll probably continue to be, as a whole, like from top to bottom, it'll probably be the best outperformer among all majors. But locally speaking, you can make a decent argument that Sol has had a huge run, obviously, since October, and it might be time for some other altcoins to outperform it.
Yeah, it's exactly at the time when everyone became a Sol maxi that the rotation is there. But I still think that Sol is going to outperform ETH by the end of the cycle, regardless the token dilution and everything. Like percentage wise on the USD pair. Well, and obviously Sol ETH. But the BNB guys, like people, I'm holding a nice position, and now I'm even more comfy because if we look at the BNB ETH, BNB BTC charts too, those are looking fucking great as well. I mean, it's a major talk, right? We are discussing majors here. Obviously, guys, any low cap token will at some point outperform all of the majors, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I like BNB. Well, I like BNB, the look of BNB's chart here, especially relative to some of these other altcoins. I never considered trading BNB just because, you know, I've always considered it. You're trading literally against the house, so it is probably a token that makes sense to hold, and it's basically big roll bit, right?
Not against the house. You're trading with the house.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you're long BNB, you are trading with the house.
Yeah.
If you're trading leverage, you're trading against the house. But you know, you wouldn't be a crypto exchange if you weren't trading against your customers.
Indeed. Man, like if you're a Binance user, then holding BNB has so much advantages. Like there's just like there was really the risk of Binance going insolvent, but I was saying this, guys. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I was saying if Binance survives all of this shit that was going on against it and this coordinated FUD and everything, it will probably become the Tether 2.0 because Tether was one of the most FUDed companies out there, and they came out as being one of the most profitable companies in the world.
They were more profitable than Goldman Sachs last year.
Yeah,
with like 6 employees. So there is definitely something to that, Jack. Is like, I don't want to characterize it as this, but you know, this is how a lot of people view it, right? Like the scam perpetuates for so long that you're just able to become entrenched in the system, and eventually you legitimize yourself, which is true really of like kind of any nascent technology. So I think it is an unfair characterization, but we are seeing the same thing with Tether that we're probably going to see the same thing with Binance at this point that we saw with Tether. Maybe not to the same degree, right? Because Tether is technically one of the most profitable companies in the entire world. But, you know, everybody wants to talk about, or I feel like everybody kind of wants all the past leverage to be rebalanced. And at a certain point, I think you kind of have to give up on that dream, right? And this is true of past cycles as well. You know, 2017, or not 2017, but 2020, 2021. After that, you're never going to see 3K again. You're never going to rebalance that leverage back down to 3K. And if you do, you know, like what's the point of even rooting for something like that? Because Bitcoin's dead. You know, leverage below 20K now might be the same way for this cycle. So and that's true for Binance and all of their residual leverage as well. I will say though, you know, before I pass it back to you, Jackus, I think you're more likely to see that leverage come out through the underperformance of certain altcoins that probably are tied to some of that collateral or that leverage that might be slowly kind of priced out of the market just because it's not as efficient to keep in there anymore. So like maybe something like a Matic underperforms for a prolonged period of time because of that. But that's just something I've kind of been thinking about. It doesn't have to happen, but maybe you just see that old leverage kind of get phased out through old shit coins.
Yeah. I honestly, that's a good point with Matic. I'm honestly not sure what to think there. Like the BTC pair is looking like seller's exhaustion, and the USD pair is looking like BNB before the push higher. So I'm like, is Matic about to pull the same as BNB here? Totally fair, totally possible. It's still a major now. You know, Matic is a major now. So obviously the big returns are passed behind us. But
it trades a lot with BNB. So if you've been looking at it and you think that it will pull a BNB, then it very well might. I'm sure Sandeep will pivot to AI here within the next like 2 or 3 weeks and ignite a catalyst for Matic.
I'm still trying to think that like Binance, listen, just like what we discussed with Tether, like if Binance goes from this one, right? Maybe there's like some, again, regulatory clarity. They reestablish themselves in the US now. Obviously, they have the BlackRock CEO now, right? So they want to take that market share, and they would. I don't know with Coinbase, right, being integrated so heavy. We'll see, but I could really see them becoming the dominant player in the industry. Like I mean, they are obviously, you know, they are still the largest, but their market share has been diminished in this one, which is good. You know, let's be honest, it is good. Whenever there is more competition, that's good. But
I was just gonna say it's funny that you have like Asia that exclusively uses Binance and America and kind of everybody else pivoting more so to Coinbase. And then you have everything in between, right? Like
you have just the US on Coinbase. You have just US on Coinbase. Europe is Binance too.
Well, that's true. Parts of Europe don't have Binance though.
Only parts.
The UK, right, doesn't have Binance. I don't think Germany does, but I might be wrong.
Germany has Binance, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had it, and Netherlands doesn't have Binance recently.
That's right. That's right.
Not sure about UK. Maybe some of the guys watching us can tell. But yeah, I think Binance. Listen. The price is telling you the story. That's all you need to know. Like the speculation, that's just, UK has Binance, but don't have leverage. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You know, we have Bybit for the apes, and we still won't. We still have Binance for the spot. Yeah, Coinbase doesn't work properly here. That's true.
Clearly, Mr. Tang knows how to put the pump on the coins. I will say that he's a master painter, just like his predecessor.
Damn, Sol is pumping, boys.
Boys, we are pumping.
Boys, we
goodness gracious. Max, you did miss this though, and it does need to be seen.
Oh, is Tommy's old Sam versus CZ meter?
He remembered the name of the index.
Look at this,
dude. Of course I remember. We spent a lot of old market checks when we had like 6 people watching doing the most degen analysis. This was what did you call it? Was it the Sam CZ meter?
Yeah,
or something like that?
literally few.
Yeah, you understand. The chart actually looks kind of bottomed.
No, it's for sure bottomed, bro. Look at this.
Look at the left side. Look at the left side.
Yeah.
It's the same.
I mean, it could take a while, but I mean, what if it goes back to the range high? Look at the range high, bro. Like that is a clearly defined range high. And it doesn't matter that, I mean, bro, CZ and Sam are both out of the picture, right? So it's like, how could you make a case that this isn't actually bullish?
BNB would be at like 9,000.
Look at BNB USD and this chart. Like what would BNB be at if we went back to the highs? Like,
well, bro, I mean, let's assume Sol goes to $700 and then BNB goes back to the all-time high or the range high. That gets fucking crazy though. See, that's where I'm kind of like, I'm not so sure if this will play because I don't know if I see BNB going to that kind of valuation.
But maybe it's like listen, Max. Whenever I look at charts like BNB BTC, freaking bullish. BNB ETH, freaking bullish. BNB Sol, freaking bullish. BNB USD, what are we talking about? That's moon rocket.
It is moon rocket. And honestly, the fact that it never actually broke down from $200 is so bullish, bro. It had every reason in the world to break down there and it didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
We were discussing this when we went for your coffee, that like every fucking player out there had large shorts, were adding to their shorts, and there was a coordinated FOD. And it did not even break below its 2022 low.
Yeah.
Think about it.
By the way, it was like one of the only coins out there that I know of that didn't break down below that previous bull market low. That's pretty bullish. That's really bullish.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the only coin other than Matic that didn't break down below the bull market low.
Yeah.
And if we think that Binance and Binance coin as a whole are probably about to tick up, let's take a look at some of these like Binance, these tokens that have been launched from the Binance launchpad, because they're probably going to outperform.
One of them was Arkham. ARKM. So this one we actually played in the BB Discord, and we rode it for 500%.
Look what it did to my sweet fib, man.
Your fibs got obliterated, man.
Oh my god.
But no, put it in log mode. Is that in log mode though? I keep telling you, now put the fibs in log mode too, brother.
The fibs need.
There we go. I keep telling you, when you're in a bull market, you have to go log. You have to.
Where did I even draw it from? Right here, and
I have spent too much time doing this. I promise you, just use log. It will work way better.
Man, look at that 2618 tap. Are you serious? Wow.
We got a super chat here. Interesting topic. I actually would like to maybe do this real quick if you guys would be open to it. This is from Remy. Remy, thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Guys, TIA BTC chart. Perhaps a solid low on TIA BTC. Coming off a strong bull div on the daily. Maybe TIA is due for PAMP soon. Thoughts? I know we're all kind of bullish TIA USD here, looking for maybe like $40, if that's still the case.
Yeah. I mean, we've been kind of talking about how the TIA USD chart looks a whole lot like the consolidation that Luna formed in the 2021 bull market for, I mean, it was like 3 or 4 months that it went sideways. I think it was between like 35 and $60, something like that. And then it ripped. It ripped like 50 to 100% within the span of a week. So kind of what I think TIA can do personally. It's kind of from a sentimental perspective, it makes sense for it to kind of be a low here because nobody's talking about TIA anymore. It's they're talking about Sol. They're talking about, okay, what's the next layer 1 rotation? Okay, what's the next meme rotation? And nobody's talking about TIA, which used to be was the best performer of Q4 outside of maybe just like a handful of higher beta coins. So I think it makes sense for TIA to run here. The Bitcoin pair doesn't give me necessarily a ton of confidence, but realistically speaking, a lot of the Bitcoin pairs do tend to look really, really ugly before reversals. And I'm looking at that low. That low on TIA Bitcoin really should hold, for that period of outperformance.
Did we take out that wick, Tucker? Did we take out that wick? Can you, if you're still here? I have a feeling he's wrestling his cats in the background right now.
Hey, sorry. What's up, boys?
No, you're good. See that wick? I want to know if TIA BTC took out that wick low.
Wait, here?
Yeah. Did it sweep that?
Yeah, it did.
Yep, it
Yeah,
did.
I feel
It
like
did
that low
indeed.
should hold there, honestly. I feel like they came back for that.
Oh,
We should be good to
wow.
go.
Yeah,
That looks super floored to me, honestly, man. It kind of
Wait,
confluent with that fractal.
there is an
you have right
actual chart of TIA BTC. that we can
Why not
even
create
check.
your own though, Jack? The same thing.
Yeah, but the tradable one actually there are trades below. But I get
Is it on Binance, Jackus?
there is everything on Binance, and I love the good old days when we were able to like the alt BTC pairs were the main ones. So you just held BTC and then you traded into alts. You outperformed BTC. Everything was pumping. Good old days.
Yeah, I wouldn't know much about Binance, man. We live in the US, so
Yeah.
not familiar.
It is what it is, guys. TIA BTC.
It's
TIA
tough to be
BTC.
us, man. It's tough to be us.
TIA BTC. Oh no, there he goes again.
Did they have TIA ETH on Binance?
No,
don't
there's
think
not a
so.
TIA ETH pair, unfortunately. For whatever
Okay,
reason, there's
there it
not.
is.
There will be though. When
It's the
there's
same
more
chart,
volume.
Jackus. Same chart.
Probably is the same chart.
It is the same chart.
Hang on. No. There we go.
Like obviously it's going to be similar, but there will be those little nuances, like some of these wicks, right? Some of the sweeps and so forth.
We swept
We
on
like
both.
to know where the Binance whales are getting filled.
Yeah, we swept on both.
I kind of like that, man. Makes me more bullish TIA.
That's a
I
clear
know.
point of invalidation at worst. You know, like
Yeah.
your downside risk is almost nothing.
Yeah,
that's-
I think
that's
I think
quite
TIA
the fun.
BTC is heading into seller's exhaustion there. Well, I wouldn't put such a tight stop on the BTC pair.
Yeah,
No,
you
we
can't
could
get
three
below
drive
there,
that low, bro. We could for sure three drive that low. But either way, Tucker, can you do me one more favor just on TIA BTC? Take a
Mhm.
fib from the all-time high to the low, like the all-time low. I want to see if we did a 50% retrace from like the all-time high to the low. That kind of looks like
This
it might
low?
be a mid-range. Yeah, just throw like a 1, 0, and a 0.5 on there for me. Look at all your fancy fibs, man. All right,
I
so we're a
know.
little bit below the mid-range.
The fib.
I would say if you reclaim that mid-range right there, stop below this low, and then just fly back to the highs, man.
That's a big stop there,
What-
Max.
Where is the 62?
What is happening right now? Huh?
Where's the 62?
Oh, you're a golden pocket boy, huh, Jackus?
It
The
works
golden
great
pocket boys.
in a bull market for the long side. I wouldn't play it for a short side in a bull market, but on the bull market, man, it's great.
Look at that. That's nice.
Where do we like it? It's up to our discretion.
I like it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tucker. Get the soybean chart up, bro. Get the soybean chart up.
man,
Oh no.
Get the soybeans up right
deserve it?
now, bro. I'm done.
Oh,
Get the
no.
soybeans up.
Jeez.
Oh no.
We're
You
done.
see what you guys did?
Oh,
Soybeans,
no,
guys.
no,
You
no.
thought I wouldn't notice. You thought I wouldn't notice, and now you get soybeaned. That's what happens. You get soybeaned. Do I even need to say what just happened? Pop quiz. Who in the comments can tell me why we're looking at the 15-second chart on the soybean ticker? Pop quiz. Why are we looking at the soybean chart right now? Why did we stop the constructive broadcasting of TIA BTC pair trading to look at the soybean charts on the 15 seconds? I want an answer. Somebody give it to me. It's about to dip. That's exactly why. All right, I haven't seen the answer yet. I'm going to tell you exactly why we're looking at the soybean chart. I think they like the soybean chart, man. Tucker, can we put on the 15-minute destroyer on the soybean chart?
Of course we can. Oh, goodness gracious.
Who could have foreseen?
Oh, my God. Wow.
Max, this is why.
This is on the 15-second, guys. There is no second best. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Bro, we just got 10 more likes as soon as we put the soybean chart up. They know what it is.
Love
man.
it, dude.
Guys, here's why we're looking at the soybean chart. This is punishment, guys. I'm punishing you guys. Whenever we don't get enough likes on the video, we stop the constructive conversation to look at the micro time frames on the soybean chart. Guys, if you are enjoying the content so far, please take one quick moment. Save the stream by liking the content, guys. Please like it. I know it's tedious to take 5 seconds and hit that thumbs up button. I wouldn't want to do it either if I were you. But unfortunately, the incentive structure over at the headquarters of X and also YouTube requires that we get likes on our content in order for it to be shared and for us to grow. So do us a solid, guys. We are here for free Monday through Friday. Drop an alpha on you guys. All that we request is that you take one quick moment out of your day, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And also, if you guys are on X, you guys have a special feature. You guys, you don't just have a like button. You also have a fancy little retweet button. And that retweet button is basically equivalent to 5 likes. So if you're like, these guys are fucking killing it. I love this show. I'm learning so much. I love the soybean chart. Not only like it, but also retweet it, guys. Help spread the good word. Again, we're doing our best to help educate and teach. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm trying to punish people by, because they didn't like it, but I think everybody actually likes the soybean chart.
Here for the soybean alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
I mean, dude, look at the 15-minute destroyer on the 15-second chart, man. That is every top and bottom.
We could also look at some like super obscure currency future.
Yeah, well, until we get the likes up, we're gonna have to do just that. So we're at 97 likes. Until we get to 100 likes on YouTube, we're gonna look at the most ridiculous tickers. So
it's just all the commodity tickers, man. Let's look at.
Do we do like feral hog futures or something? Is there something like that?
Yeah, I know the ticker.
Lean hog. There we go.
Lean
Dude,
hog.
that looks like the MOG chart, bro. That looks like the MOG accumulation, man. We're about to rip.
Boom. Yeah,
The MOG
about to go.
Can we go lower than 30? Let's go lower than 15 seconds, man. I can't get all the information I need. That looks pretty good, man. So we're looking at lean hog futures right now, guys, until we get to 100 likes. This is, in fact, punishment, even if you enjoy it. All right, we did get to 100 likes. Let's get back to the show, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for taking your punishment. You know, it is what it is. We love you guys.
We can't do the Turkish lira just because that would actually be entertaining. That's traded like a shit coin, man.
It is the streaming equivalent of watching paint dry. Because that's what the soybean chart on the 15 seconds is supposed to be. Who could have foreseen, Tucker?
159, bro.
Boys were pumping.
Boys were pumping.
Boys were pumping.
Who was shoving these lows locally? Come on. The boys were.
The boys were.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Tucker, give me some soul analysis, man. Where do you see it going?
I mean, there you go. Right? Like, I think these are pretty similar in time and percentage from last, I mean, this was after the halving year even. So clearly, again,
wait. I need you to do me a favor. Keep this up. Add Bitcoin to the very bottom of the chart because I want to see where Bitcoin was. If Bitcoin made an all-time high right there, dude, it is over for bears.
Where? Here?
No. Okay, so at that point, Bitcoin corrected. We were in our summer low, but then when it broke out of that, we started our ascent to like
when did it even? Because Sol was a fresh start back then, so it's kind of hard with Sol. But where's 20K? 20K is like right here.
But hang on, I actually think that it makes sense to look at it from the perspective that you have it drawn in. because although people will argue the real all-time high was 64K and not 69K, we just basically had like kind of 2 cycles in one right there. So if we view us right now as being like halfway through Bitcoin's bull market, which by the way, I do, contextually, it would make sense that Sol is leaving that green area. So Sol still has the best to come, and Bitcoin is halfway through its bull market going to a new high. I actually think you have it drawn perfectly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I just I just looked at the PA and it looks decently similar. I mean, this was more clear, little falling wedge thing, but
Should we be
yeah,
looking
man.
at Sol USD or the Sol market cap?
Yeah, I know, because the Sol market cap is yeah, pretty much at all-time highs, right? So maybe we should put it in log. I guess we'll put it in log. Look at this gap in the market cap chart. Wow. That's hilarious. The gap up.
That's what a well-timed Hasaka tweet can do, huh?
Wow. Man.
Or Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what Sol USD does when we sweep 81 bill. That'll be interesting, but
I mean, dude, look at, so if this was the chart, right? Look at the accumulation that we just decided to leave. See, like right where we were, Tucker, like 3 weeks ago, that little reaccumulation. That right underneath the all-time high on this Sol market cap chart is super bullish. Like to get that close to all-time high and just accumulate right there, that close to the all-time high is so bullish. I kind of think we just blast through it, truthfully.
I know. I mean, just this little.
Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I mean, look at that. That'd be 625 bill market cap. Not unheard of, guys. Not.
By the way, I actually think that that's not unrealistic. Like, I think it's frothy, but my working thesis has been so far that, let's put it this way, 80 to 100 billion is not what it was 3 years ago.
That's
true. So when Sol hit 70 or 80 billion last cycle, I think kind of adjusted for the times, the recent inflation we've had since that time, and the increase in the money supply, amongst other factors. Again, it's like $1 trillion in the stock market isn't what it used to be. 100 billion in crypto is not what it used to be.
The currency devaluation.
Yeah. What are good levels to TP on Sol?
600 billion, brother.
Do you mind if I take the screen here? I want to be polite because Sol's kind of your baby here, Tucker, but I actually think I would like to.
Yeah, do it.
I would like to kind of jeet the chart from you a little bit.
Real quickly before you start cooking, Max, I just wanted to say maybe the coin to compare Sol to isn't ETH, but actually BNB, because this is something that we've talked about. The BSC season of 2021, or rather 2020, is very similar to what we're seeing with Sol right now. So I think like a good benchmark for a high would probably be like, okay, where did BNB's total market cap top out? Where did ETH's total market cap top out? And kind of some sweet spot in between that is probably where Sol is going to end up this cycle.
I think that's a good point. All right, give me a second here, guys. Let me recreate this. Sol USD. Sorry, guys, I got a lot of charts, but it will be worth it. Hang on, Sol USDT. It might be the Binance one. No, did it not save? Oh man, we got rugged, I think. That's all right. We can recreate it on here. I think that would be fun, actually. Yeah, we're gonna have to recreate it. All right, that's fine. So let's take a look at, let's do this. We're gonna take a little journey down Fibonacci Avenue. All right. Fibonacci Avenue. So we're going to compare Sol to Ethereum, guys. We're going to compare Sol to Ethereum last cycle. All right. Sol USD. All right. So let's do this. I'll adjust my screen a little bit. And we'll do this. We got to shrink this chart down a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. And we'll put this on the 10-day just because it was a little bit longer. Okay, and we're going to turn these candles off. Hang with me, guys. This will be worth it. We got a nice super chat, man. We got to make it look real nice. We're going to make the candles blue for ETH. And what color do we want Sol? Maybe purple? All right, guys, I'm getting ready to cook. Let me take some stimmy, and then we're ready to go.
Let's see it.
That is some good stimmy. Okay, so we're going to label these charts even more clearly here. All right, so this is ETH in, we'll just say like 2018 through 2021. All right, we'll make this again blue. That's fine. And then this is Sol. Just do 2022 through 2025. Okay. I don't know how long it will take, right? Doesn't really matter. Now, we're going to take a fib extension from the ETH 2018 all-time high to the bear market low, and we're going to exclude the deviations, the areas that I would consider to be like we just completely deviated. It wasn't even like fair value. All right. So we're going to mark out where these were. So this high to this low and all of this down here, in my humble opinion, is deviation territory. Additionally, we had this little structure which we'll mark with a green box. Okay. Look at where we peaked out last cycle, guys. Let me actually remove the 2.618 and the 1.618 and all this. Okay. Look at where we peaked out last cycle. Look at where we peaked out last cycle, guys. This is incredible. Incredible. We peaked out to the money at the 3.618, guys. What a coincidence, right? What a coincidence. All right, let's do the same thing with Sol right now. I think that this is going to play, by the way. All right, let's first mark out our green box. All right, there we go. Now let's mark out our fibs. From the high to the low, excluding the deviation. Again, because I think you could argue that like our real bear market low was this actual like pronounced bottom, and then we had deep value time while we were in capitulation mode. All right. We got to shrink that up a little bit. Here, let me actually just make this a 10-day chart as well so we can see it. So we're going to line these up, and we're going to see how this would technically play. Actually, we need to make our red box down here for our clear deviation zone. This was the FTX capitulation area. All right, so deviation time, just like ETH had, again. So if this played, you know, what would happen, right? We'd go right up to the 3.618, which would be 874 bucks. Everybody's going to want $1,000. They're not going to get it. Maybe they will. But an additional point of confluence here, guys, I'm going to add Bitcoin to the bottom of both of these charts, and we're going to take a look. Where was Bitcoin? Where was Bitcoin when ETH was doing this? Right, last cycle. Let's mark out the previous all-time high. So this is Bitcoin down below. Here's Bitcoin this cycle. Where was ETH at when Bitcoin was making an all-time high? All right, so when it finally started to break out, Bitcoin makes an all-time high right here. How about Sol? Bitcoin makes an all-time high. The exact same spot, guys, right below the mid-range. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Bitcoin makes an all-time high. And we're right below the mid-range. All right, we're going to draw this again over here.
Sorcery.
Look at this. Same exact thing, guys. Bitcoin makes an all-time high. We are literally doing the Sol fractal from last cycle, guys. We are literally doing, or I'm sorry, the ETH fractal. Sol is doing the ETH fractal from last cycle. It's the same thing. It's incredible. So where do I think a good place to TP Sol at? And thank you, Rufus Doofus. I hope this was a thorough answer. Look at this. Look at this.
Great cook. Great cook there. By the way, we had a interesting comment from Mario.
What does that mean to push notifications in YouTube? Is there a way to like ping everybody before?
You just schedule the stream like 30 minutes before.
I usually do that like 20 minutes before, but today I didn't because we had that little meeting. But yeah, no, we can definitely
alert everybody.
That. What's that?
Does it alert everybody?
I don't know, guys. When we schedule a live, does it notify you or no?
I feel like sometimes people are here before we start. No.
Yeah, I think so. I think it does notify them.
Lawrence says no.
I think it notifies them when we open the lobby up. I don't know, about 30 minutes ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could go live early and like set the screen so it's just like a countdown clock or something, or like
they gotta have notifs on.
We also tweet it out though. Like I would, if you want to be notified right when we go live, like it goes on Twitter too. So I would put notifications on for Twitter.
Jug says that it will notify if you have notifications on.
This is true.
So guys,
yeah,
press the notification
Jock's an interesting guy, man. Jock's a funny guy.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Jock is trolling.
Jock likes to troll us, man. Love me or hate me, you watched. But anyways, yeah, this is like my genuine outlook for Sol, right? And I don't own enough Sol, and I'm going to cope along the way. I have some decent exposure to Sol and Sol beta, but I mean, look, guys, if Sol plays out the ETH fractal and goes up to $873, I mean, the only person here that's not going to cope is Tucker. Everybody will cope.
That's true. I will not be coping.
You might never see Tucker again. He might disappear, but
yeah, that could happen.
Non-zero chance.
Non-zero chance, man. You guys want to talk about NGL, man? It launched last night at about 3 a.m. my time.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to get back to Tia's original price tag. There it is. Because it looks a little grim right now, but it's going to be okay, everybody. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I can't talk about it because I don't have cash to buy it. So, you know, I just have to sit here and watch.
Early Tia PA.
Man, why do people want to keep talking about Caspa? Is Joke trolling once again?
We need to hold this low, guys, or it's completely
like
over.
I feel we like talk about certain coins every single day, and then one day we don't talk about them, and people are like, "Can we talk about it?"
Bro, I literally, Jock, I did a 50-minute Caspa video. It's the last recorded video on our YouTube. I did it yesterday with Jim, who's a Caspa guy from Twitter. All right, if you guys want to do Caspa, like, you're better off not to just like brush you off, but you should just go watch that video, because we can't spend 50 minutes right now talking about Caspa, and everything that you want to know with Caspa is in the video that was published yesterday. So like, if you're already on our YouTube, just go check it out. Yeah,
I swear that, you know, whenever the price is not pumping and people are members of the community, which they are, then people just want to be comforted. Like, they want another people to make posts and talks about Caspa just so they They can feel and sleep better in that position. It's not. It's like telling a bedtime story, like everything's going to be all right. Don't worry, I'm here for you. Listen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. I am here for you guys, and I'm telling you, Caspa is fine. Caspa is A-okay. If you want me to tuck you in at night, pull up the video from yesterday. You'll feel nice and cozy. All right. I told you where I think Caspa is going to go, higher time frame and also locally. You also hear from another Caspa fanatic. I would even say Caspa expert, Jim, who has been in Caspa since 100x ago and is still full port long. He spends a lot of time on it. Go watch that video, guys. All right. There's nothing to worry about with Caspa. All right. I'll let you know if I see something that's problematic. I don't see it here. All right.
Caspa is going to above dollars. It's going to single dollar targets. All right. So anything sub $1 is cheap, and you should sleep well now.
Oh man, Joe, look at this. $20 super chat. They keep getting bigger and bigger. Can you check out Wen chart? The cat is cute.
The Wen chart.
All right.
Wen
20
Lambo?
bucks.
Is it
20
Wen
bucks
Lambo?
is 20 bucks, right, guys?
Let's
Wen
see.
Lambo.
I actually like the cat coin on AVAX. I'm not going to give the ticker because it's still below 10 million market cap, but I tend to think that AVAX meme coins are probably the least likely to rug. I like to refer to AVAX meme coins as state-sponsored shit coins.
Venture.
Tucker, what do you think, man? Let's do some analysis.
Yeah, I don't know what this little you call that little formation, but let's see. Let's pull like a macro.
It's called head and shoulders, but in a bull market, head and shoulders gets broken to the upside.
Yeah, see this if your head and shoulders slants up, it's not valid. I don't think it's valid.
What I see is higher highs and higher lows.
Yeah.
Well,
Vertical
potentially lower
accumulation,
high.
maybe. Can we do a little vertical accumulation pattern?
No, I know that is what it looks like. I don't know. It probably goes higher, honestly. There's no reason memes shouldn't go higher in the short term.
Yeah, I have a really hard time seeing memes not do at least like another few multiples over the next few weeks.
Let's reverse it. We hit that.
Is Doge trading at $1 yet? No. Then what
in
are
the
we
future,
talking about?
it is, yes.
Then
That's
we're not
my
even
point.
close.
Exactly.
Yeah. You probably get that 3618 at some point in the not too distant future. Not even calling for that much. I don't really know a whole lot about. I mean, this was I got some in an airdrop, and I think I'd full stack G'd it immediately. Probably up in here somewhere.
That's
so
funny.
It is what it is.
Oh my gosh, man. It's so funny.
We paint the chart not because we want to, but because we can.
Yes.
Oh man. Tucker, I'm pretty sure it was like a $70 airdrop too, man. Why did you even sell it?
I got more than one wallet qualified, so it was like a few hundred. So I just nuked it. I was like,
I nuked mine too, man.
Dude, why would I not nuke it? I don't know.
It was just like not enough of a meme coin bag for me to hold on to, but it was also like there's really not enough of this for me to want to sell either. You know, I think I just ended up flipping it into some other Sol shit coin.
I literally just bought Sol with it. Just add the Sol. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it probably goes higher. I don't really. It's just a Sol shitter.
I just think anything that's like a Sol shitter that is kind of looking like it's climbing up, you just have to be bullish. Like,
what's
even
another good Sol shitter?
I mean, dude, Whiff. Let's look up fucking Whiff, man. Whiff looks ready to go today, man.
Oh,
Speaking of meme coins, there is a question probably for you, Max, by Mohammed.
Is it too late to get in Pepe?
Pepe.
All right,
Pepe.
I'll answer that question quick. So, what is this? Oh, this
market
is
cap chart, Max.
So here's the deal with Pepe, guys. I'm on my own spiritual journey right now with the frog. Log, Tucker, don't jeep me.
I know. I just wanted to.
All right.
I had to hide some alpha.
Here we go. Oh, 1272.
Okay, we're good.
Ooh.
We're good.
Ooh, good stuff.
Wait, you do not have the 1.337 Fib on?
What in the hell is
you don't
that?
have the 1.6978421?
Tommy knows. Tommy knows, right? Tell me.
No, the 1337.
Yeah.
The lead fib. Only the best traders use the lead fib.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
Guys have no idea about the lead fib.
I have no idea. Here's the deal. Are you early to Pepe? You're not as early as me. You're not as early as Jackus and Tucker and Tommy in the Because Bitcoin Discord community that got in 800% ago. I haven't sold anything. I'm still holding with full size. I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. It's my belief that, there is everybody might have, if they're lucky, one chance to ride a meme coin during peak bull market alt season froth conditions for 100x. And I think that Pepe might be that thing for me. It's easy for me to tell you that I think that Pepe is still going to go significantly higher because I'm up so much on my position. I haven't sold anything. I only risk potentially giving back profits, right? I can't lose money on it at this point. So yeah, do I think Pepe is going higher? I think conservatively Pepe has another 6 or 7x to go, which is what Tucker has. And I'm very appreciative of this artistry here has put on the screen. I think your best case for Pepe this cycle is probably like 80 to 100 billion market cap. Right now we're sub 4 bill. If things get crazy enough and Doge goes to, $2, Pepe should be viewed as a Doge derivative. It's beta of Doge. It pair trades very cleanly against Doge, which is the king of meme coins. So I would look at this. Just keep this up for a second, Tucker, if you would. Yeah, I think worst case I think conservatively you hit that sell everything zone that Tucker has right there. And then I think best case, things get even nuttier and crazier than we could think. And, we go up to that 3.618 and, we're pushing 100 bill market cap. But again, understand, Mohammed, where I'm coming from. There are no guarantees. I'm just sharing my thoughts and my analysis on this. And I post it, most of it publicly on Twitter, for this in the spirit of transparency. I think that we have a lot higher to go. We haven't even seen Bitcoin dominance start to downtrend yet, which historically has been when meme coins really, really begin to get frothy. So we haven't seen that yet. So I'm not seeing the signs that this is a top, but you need to understand with something like Pepe, it is not for the faint of heart. This is one of the most volatile tickers out there right now. I also think the risk-adjusted returns are second to none. Unironically, you might be able, you could have full ported Pepe at the, in that accumulation range and only held Pepe, and you would have literally outperformed every single market participant with a well-structured, diversified portfolio. And by the way, I thought about doing that. I didn't do it. I chickened out, but
he did think about doing it. He did think about it. Degenerate for him, though. I do want to say, I think that Bitcoin, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance probably find a local top here within like a week or a week and a half. And then that will probably give alts at least a few weeks of run before, Bitcoin dominance, is relevant again. But I maintain, I think Bitcoin dominance is going to 58 to 60%. But that
In
is
2
all.
weeks though.
But that is, I don't think we're going to 60% within a week, but I do think that we're going to have some sort of spike on Bitcoin dominance here within like a week or a week and a half. And then maybe another Bitcoin dominance spike in like 2 months. But ultimately, Bitcoin dominance going to 60% is just super bullish on shitcoins at the end of the day. So, you know, I'm welcoming Bitcoin dominance continuing to rise as much as it wants, quite frankly. But yeah, I do think, like, locally speaking, we're probably about a week or a week and a half away from a major Bitcoin dominance high.
Guys, if Doge really goes above $1, then I swear it's over for the dollar. Like,
Jack, it's going to. There's no if, brother. There's no if.
all right, it's over for your currency in the burger country because if the meme token is more valuable than the actual dollar, you know,
It is.
it is over. Like, you know, you might just as well start, you know, doing the bond purchases in Doge or whatever.
I'm gonna Tommy the chart again. I'm gonna
Here's a
Tommy the
question
chart
about
right now.
for you,
I
Jack.
knew this was coming. The Doge 2-week chart.
If we
Tommy?
if we are going to essentially just be like, I mean, we all know it's going to become silly season. The dollar is going to be worthless. But if people feel like their dollar is becoming increasingly worthless, do you think that's a bullish or bearish case on bonds? Because bonds will eventually catch a bid, of course. But I mean, the yield on bonds has to be more attractive than all the you know, the potential like shit coins and nooks and crannies that everybody else can stick their money. So on bonds specifically, I almost, you know, I do agree, like, bearish on the dollar 100%. I think bonds are an interesting question though. Do people ever just like shove bonds in the same way that they have before? Or do they look to, like you've said, Jack, or do they kind of prioritize things more like gold or Bitcoin as their safer assets to bid?
I think the market is clearly showing that right now when gold is at its all-time highs, and it will go, you know, it's going to go like 200% probably in the next few years. So that's definitely market telling you what it prefers. And as far as like the bonds goes, I think there will still, like we talked about this, Tommy, there will be that spike in bonds, right? That's worth playing, and it will probably mean that there is a drop in the risk on markets. But essentially, the only buyers left of the U.S. government bonds will be the ones that has to, like the banks.
That's how I
And
feel too. Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine any like Zoomer that's buying shit coins at this point is ever going to progress. And I'm sure like our parents at one point were probably like, oh yeah, tech bubble, never buying bonds. But even more so now that you have kind of like these increasingly accelerated market cycles, I don't see a Zoomer going from buying soul shit coins to eventually buying bonds. I think we had a little like Twitter reply thread on this, Jack. I think we're kind of transitioning into a new paradigm almost.
Oh yeah, we absolutely are. And like Zoomer, listen, not even millennial is going to buy a bond anymore, pretty much. It's but the thing is, it was never about these people. Like maybe boomers were still buying some bonds, but the thing is that it wasn't about these guys. It was about, you know, the other foreign countries. It was about, you know, the funds, the investment funds that were buying those bonds. But those will diminish. You know, the funds, the foreign countries. Like, listen, there is, for example, you know, imagine you're Qatar or you are Saudi Arabia, and you have an option to buy complete, and you are sitting on an insane amount of cash from selling oil, and you know that oil at some point is going to run dry. You cannot like be counting to be selling oil forever, right? And so you can decide, right? I'm gonna sit on this pile of cash and let it burn, right? That's not pretty good. So you think like, all right, I'm gonna buy US government bonds because it's still better to get something than nothing, right? And that makes sense. But at some point, you're like, all right, but I'm legit like giving these people power by buying their bonds. So if I can like just store my value in something like Bitcoin, why am I buying these worthless bonds that are yielding close to nothing? And it may not,
theory.
yeah, and it may not be like, hey, from tomorrow we are buying no bonds. No, it will be like a slow, gradual change. But what I always say, that it usually, the only thing that's needed is to start, right? The moment they start buying the bonds, the ratio will essentially turn around from being 100% into US bonds to go and zero Bitcoin. Then if you start with even something as small as like 0.5% of BTC, man, at some point, that ratio will change to being 50% BTC and 50% bonds. And that's huge. And if you think about it, that's exactly how your income tax began in the US. I do not know if you guys know your history, but you guys had 0% income tax.
Oh, I know. I talk about that all the time, but
yeah. And it was for those people that do not know, they sneaked 0.3% income tax. 0.3. Imagine that your tax on your income is 0.3. You would laugh nowadays. You'd be like, yes, please, that's such a great deal, right? Back then, do you know what the people said? They did not understand it. Like, why would I give anything for my income to you? It makes 0 sense.
Well,
there were revolts about it.
Feathered tax collectors back in
yeah,
the Revolutionary era. They did not look on taxes fondly, and now you have people gladly accepting like 30, 40, even 50% tax, and it is a very different environment than what America was founded on. But I don't want to dwell too much on bonds, although I do agree with everything that you're saying, Jackus.
One last thing, Tommy. One last thing. So they sneaked this 0.3% income tax, and they sneaked it in, and suddenly they started to gradually rise it. And now that's what I'm talking about with all of these foreign countries and all of these institutions. They will start with 1% allocation into BTC, but that's your Pandora box. The moment they start, the allocations will only start to get bigger, and then they will be like, why am I buying these worthless government bonds that are yielding nothing and I'm giving them so much power? Fuck you, US. And that's how, unless, like I kept saying this, the US can absolutely fuck everyone over if they start adopting Bitcoin, which they are partially trying to do now. And that's smart.
Did you see the rhetoric that the White House is pushing on Bitcoin is kind of completely changed? I don't know if you guys saw the headline that they put out, but it seems like they are counting on the price of Bitcoin appreciating, specifically because they know they're going to be able to count on that tax revenue in the future.
I did not know that.
They're going to absolutely print on it.
Yeah.
Tell us more. Tell us more to me.
I saw some headline. I'd have to find it, but it does seem like the White House is, I wouldn't say bullish on Bitcoin necessarily, but they are kind of talking about how they're expecting the price to appreciate over time because they can count on then the eventual tax revenue that's going to bring the government. So it's a big shift, obviously, from where we were like 2 years ago, but I'm not surprised that this is kind of like their introductory angle, into kind of being more supportive towards Bitcoin as an asset.
Do you know, Tommy, that most of your government expenses isn't even funded by the taxes? It's only an illusion for the people to think that they are funding the government with their taxes, and they're like, we have to pay taxes so that we can run all these social programs. No, most of the government income is through using the excuse of being world reserve currency. So US is selling the bonds. That's how they get the dollars, and the tax is just an illusion for people, mostly.
Free money glitch.
It is. I love that meme that Elon actually posted today. Reposted, right? It was from. Wait, let me actually find it. It was from.
I did see that Elon posted that. Speaking of Elon, I'm just kind of like waiting
I
for
have
him
it.
to have his moment where he like steps out from behind the curtain and starts bull posting Doge again.
I think so.
I know we have the chart up on the screen, but it's just like Elon is kind of the Doge main character at this point, and he's been like a good dev. He has waited to reveal his best cards. Do we think an Elon announcement about Doge probably being integrated to X is imminent based on where we're at in the cycle, Max?
Absolutely.
I would be very disappointed and surprised if he just like stopped, you know? Like I feel like he doesn't need to say anything right now because actions speak louder than words. So yeah, I think it's coming. I've been trying to show this chart, but I mean, you guys are PhDs in yapology, so I haven't been able to get a word in. I mean, yeah, I'm just kidding. It was a great conversation, by the way. Yeah, I mean, the majority of the returns haven't even started yet, guys. Like, here's the chart. It's clear as day for you guys. You know, there's a cyclicality to this trade. Your dollars are worthless and will continue to devalue against the future world reserve currency of the internet, Doge. So, I don't know. Look at it, guys. Blue dots mark when the 2-week RSI on Doge gets above 76. And, you know, again, you can see how little price appreciation happens until we get over that 76, 77 region for 2-week RSI. And then we literally have a majority of our gains in a very short period of time. So I'm expecting not only Doge to $1, but probably Doge to $2, you know, at least, especially if Elon comes back in a big way. So,
yeah,
$1 was the target last cycle. Newsy Johnson.
Newsy Johnson.
Yeah.
it's actually that BTC had a target of 100K and Doge had a target of 1, and both were front runner, right? So probably gets overshot this cycle. It is what it is.
I think $1 is literally conservative, you know, because we're front running my thesis here, which has been like Bitcoin makes all-time high before halving, and like we're just seeing this we're seeing the most obvious cyclical rotation to risk being front run this cycle. Like it's come 2 months, 3 months before it's supposed to. So we're already out of the gates, you know, we're already doing it big. So yeah, I mean, I'm just like, here's the thing, guys. Like, if you're bullish Bitcoin above the all-time high, then you should be bullish Doge, because historically Doge does well when Bitcoin's in price discovery. If you're bullish Doge, then you should be bullish Pepe, right? Because Pepe trades cleanly against its Doge pair. And if you're bullish Pepe, you should be bullish Bobo as Pepe
Max.
beta.
No, that's where it's
Draw the
that's
line.
the line. Yeah.
I'm the one who
that's-
draws lines, guys.
it.
I draw the line.
I feel like we are in the Big Short movie when they are like, I'm betting on the outcome of the bet of the bet.
Yeah.
It's a bubble. Yeah, it's a bubble.
It's a bubble. I'm betting on it being a bubble, man. I'm betting on it being the biggest bubble we've ever had.
Man, I love this joke. I have to read it. Like, that was one of the best ones that Elon retweeted. So there's this guy, Rice, to know him, but these scam coins are getting crazy. Someone just chilled me. 27 trillion in circulation, unlimited supply cap, only one node, 25% of supply minted in last 6 months. 1% of holders own 30%. Just kidding. That's the US dollar. And if you put it in this way, it should just kick you, right? It should be like so obvious.
You guys just
But-
don't understand. You're not ready for this chart, and it's pretty obvious that you guys are
No,
not ready
Max.
for it.
No.
Yeah, bro. I said I wouldn't talk about anything under 100 mil market cap, and it's not
God.
anymore. It's not anymore. And by the way, you can chart the MF out of this thing against Doge and Pepe. So it's over 100 mil market cap. USDT pair looks good, and you can chart it and pair trade it against Doge and Pepe. Dude, you are not ready for this, man. You are not ready for this level of beta.
Isn't it paradoxical to pump a bear coin in a bull market?
Hell
Just
yeah,
a-
it is, man. Hell yeah.
It's wrong, Max. It's just wrong.
Dude,
It
you're
just ain't
coping
right.
because I gave you the play 150% ago, and you were at
Wait.
Dune 2, so you didn't
what's
buy it.
what's the market cap limit for memes we're allowed to talk about?
Just 100
100.
million plus is fine.
How is
What about 50?
Max? How is Bobo Doge going down, but Bobo Pepe going up?
What are you talking about? Say that again. How does Bobo Doge going down?
How is Bobo Doge going down while Bobo Pepe is going up?
Because Pepe is outperforming Doge. No, other way around. Wait.
I'm posting some
Oh
alpha.
shit, dude! I made a mistake here. This is the wrong chart.
Chats right now.
Oh,
Oh my
What?
gosh!
exposed.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's the wrong chart. I did Bob. What is Bob?
Max, expose
No, what is
yourself,
Bob?
Max.
Bullish propaganda.
Wait, what is? Oh
Sleep
my
under
god!
Bob.
Oh, even better.
All right.
Even better. Even better. We're good. We're good. Oh my gosh, dude! I cheated my own analysis. I was thinking about it when you said it, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
This
Bob.
actually looks.
That
This
Bob
actually looks
coin
way
was,
better though.
That Bob
Bob.
coin was the one that had the bot on Twitter that got rugged, right?
I love how I tweeted that out and it got a ton of engagement and not a single person even went to fact check it. They were just like, good enough, it's bullish. Like,
And there is Jackis once again thinking with critical mind.
Yeah, Bob, man. Well, I guess it looks good against Bob as well, whatever Bob is. I have no idea. But yeah, this actually looks way better, honestly. We're breaking out against Doge and Pepe. And I showed it to you 150% ago in the Discord, Tucker. You know it.
Yeah, you did. You did. That's true.
You're busy watching Dune, you know. I get it. It's a good
Dude,
movie.
Dune was unbelievable.
Better than the first. I hope it was better than the first movie.
It was, Tommy. It absolutely was.
Bob, we have to meme it.
Dude,
we have
what
to
is
meme Bob.
Bob, bro? What did I just chart that against? And why did it work?
Oh
Bob.
man. How about we
Oh,
do Max versus Doge?
But for real, like this actually is pair trading absolutely fantastic against the two majors that I focus on. So
Can
it'll
we
catch up.
chart Max versus Tucker?
Yeah, that would be down only, Jackus.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm
Guys, we
having
better be
so
at
much
500
fun.
likes right now. 160
having
likes,
so
that's
much
pretty
fun.
good.
Not bad. Not
That's
bad.
pretty good. Dude, Bob, the new meme denominator. Chart everything against Bob.
Isn't that some
Well-
AVAX coin? I feel like that's an AVAX coin.
I think it was
What is it?
that it was a Twitter bot that would just respond to people.
Oh,
And then
that thing? Oh,
Elon
yeah.
banned it and it rugged to 0.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I remember.
What is your index price, guys? Like, is it dollars? Is it Bitcoin? Or is it Bob?
Bitcoin.
For me, it's Bob.
But it should be Bob now.
I'm calculating my votes in Bob.
Bro,
Hey,
no
Bob.
one fact checked me on that, man. Not a single person mentioned that to me, Jackus, and it took you 3 seconds.
Wait, what does it say that about the community?
Yeah, well,
I'm not gonna say it, but
it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
It means that
Totally
they're too
random.
smart. That means that they're too smart for you, Jackus. All right, you don't understand.
I
They
know.
don't care, man. They understand that I meant to do Bob. All right, they know what I meant. They understand the
Listen.
importance of denominating in Bob.
Listen, Max. The arrow was pointing higher, so all good.
But funny enough, that's actually what happened. Is I made an honest mistake and forgot to do another O, so I did Bob instead of Bobo, and I did it early this morning. I hadn't had my stimmy yet, and literally, I drew an arrow up, and they were like, "Good enough, retweet." Here's the thing: no harm, no foul. The message still holds true. Up.
Only.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
The
I'll be
stimmy
more
is real,
careful.
though. The stimmy is real with Max. You should probably buy some coffee T-shirt.
Yeah, I always need stimmy, man. I always need stimmy.
How is coffee not in our logo? Because coffee.
Oh,
Do you remember
man.
when? Well, it might be time to bring back those mugs, man.
Yeah, dude, someone made a Max mug on it. Do you remember that guy, a kid named Dylan, who
Oh,
was
that's
in the
right.
Discord a while
Yeah.
back? He made his own mug with my face on it so that he could drink coffee listening to the morning Discord calls with my face on the mug.
Wow.
I do remember that.
I'd buy a
Wow.
Max mug.
Would you?
I mean, now that I'm drinking coffee every day, probably.
I love that we got you hooked on coffee, Tommy. I love it.
I think my fiance is she's mixed on it, but I keep telling her it's better than the pre-workouts that I was probably drinking. So she's just gonna have to
Dude, yeah,
deal with
Tommy just literally ripping pre-workout during the morning call.
That's
we like
stimmy, man.
we like our caffeine.
Pre-workout is beta to coffee. Few understand this.
The meme coin of coffee or caffeine.
Yeah, it is. Well, guys, I don't know. Here we are at an hour and 20 minutes. I feel like we covered just about everything. So kind of inclined to wrap it up here and go chart some more things against Bob.
Yeah,
Let's do
let's
BTC
do it.
versus Bob.
Dude, I mean, all right, fuck it.
There
Let's
is
do
no
it.
second best crypto asset.
Let's do it, man. Let's do BTC USD divided by Bob USDT. We'll do the MEX C1. Oh,
There's the rug.
Down only.
come on.
Was the
No,
rug
look,
or was it when it went down only? It's a good question.
you don't
Down only.
understand.
Bullish on
We're
Bob.
back in demand, guys. We're about to spring out of this. This looks great. Look at this. Ready?
That looks like Luna
This looks good,
After
man.
it-
Breakout.
crashed in the spring of 2021, and then it ran it back up. But honestly, that kind of makes me want to buy it,
Dude.
as stupid as it is. Let me
Here.
see what the market capitalization is before we even talk about this coin.
Here we go.
Oh, it's 38 million.
No, we can't speak about it.
Yeah, I have a meme coin that's higher market cap than that we're not talking about. But I did post it in the Discord if you are a member. So check it out. I have some thoughts in there.
Yeah, guys, speaking of the Discord, here's the deal. As soon as Ed, our dev, is done fixing the website up, which is going to be this week, it's going to be a Friday thing, I think, like either tomorrow or Friday. That's the last chance to get in the Discord, guys. Like that's it. All right. Prices are going up dramatically. We're dropping BB terminal very, very soon. I've been warning you guys for like 3 months straight. I told you this day was coming. It's happening this week. Like that's it. You're going to see it. And we'll tweet it out. We'll remind you guys one last time. But if you have any interest in trying out the Discord, guys, which again, I would recommend give it 1 month. It will make a huge difference. You guys watch the show. If you love the show, this is not like a normal paid group. Okay. We talk 2 hours per day in the voice chat, like full transparency, like everything, Q&As daily. Like you need your team in the bull market. We're that team for you guys. If you have any interest in trying it, by the way, $100,000 market order just came in on Pepe, man. They're going to pump this thing back real soon. But
Let's go.
if you've wanted to try out the Discord, guys, it is a this week thing. All right. It is a this week thing. Like there's no more, in the future, we're going to jump it up. Like we're at capacity. Like this is it. We're jacking the price up. You're going to get grandfathered in. You're going to get BB terminal for no additional cost. It's going to be an epic product. We're going to continue to add more stuff to the membership. So if you want to lock yourself in, guys, right now, this is it. This is the moment. It's this week. Okay. First link in the description below. Grandfather yourself in, lock in yourself for life. Again, you're going to want to do it. So I just don't want anyone like hitting me up being like, man, I really wanted to, like, I just didn't do it like this week. Like it's now, guys. It is now. I've been warning you for 2 months. All right. It's coming. So Again, we do 2 hours a day of private voice calls, Q&As, active positions, premium TA that we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X. It's fantastic, guys. It's really fantastic. We work so hard at it, and you'll see that. So give it a try, guys. I don't want anybody coping that they didn't get in. We're trying to build a base community here that will be around for years and years and years. Again, like if you want your team to crush markets with, this is it. You know, this is it. There's a reason that we've gone from like 10 members to 400 members in like 2 months. People are just aping and they're not leaving. And we're about to basically close it off because it's going to be too expensive. So first link in the description below. Again, as soon as Edward figures out the website, which will be this week, he's making some changes, prices go up. So it's a this week thing, I promise. But yeah, I'm going to kick it over to Tommy to say a final farewell. But yeah, Pepe's going to fricking rip here, guys. They're getting ready to go. I'm watching it right now. I'm seeing huge orders hit the tape. Yeah, go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks, Max. Bitcoin sitting right at above all-time highs. Very exciting stuff, guys. I think maybe a little bit more chop here, and then we could see some fireworks into the end of the week. Who says no to that? But yeah, no, another great show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Wednesday once again. A reminder that we will not have, just to quickly touch on our program, we will not have a market talk today because on Wednesdays we do give a little extra love to our Giga Chats. So that is something else that you can expect if you join the Discord. Wednesdays, we don't have any afternoon show. We just run an extra long afternoon call. So Market Talk will be live again tomorrow, as well as Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's our flagship show. It's a Twitter space hosted by King Wabi. He does a great job. They talk markets, crypto, equities, everything in between. They have some really exceptional guests on pretty much every single day. If you're a regular, you know how awesome those spaces can get. And you know, you never know what direction they're going to go, which is always entertaining. Just like Market Check, you know, we have a lot of fun on this show too, which if you aren't a regular, we do have this show Monday through Friday every morning. Typical start time around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Market Talk, typical start time around 4:15 to 4:30 Eastern time. Market Check, obviously a bit more charty, a bit more technical analysis oriented. But yeah, we have a lot of fun on these shows, as you guys can see, from everything to soybeans, to memes and even Bob token. But yeah, guys, that's it from us. We'll be back for another episode tomorrow. Like I said, the Giga Chads, we will see you this afternoon for a special and longer call. But yeah, guys, y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.